Child abuse reports are down in Clark County. It may sound like good news, but it's not.
Well, Brian, child welfare professionals worry that children are still being abused, but because of the pandemic, they're not getting the help they need. The I-Team's Vanessa Murphy explains. And we want to warn you, some of the images in this report are of a sensitive nature.
These are photos of abused children the I-Team has reported on. It's signs like these, bruises or malnourishment, which prompt people like teachers obligated by law to report abuse to call Child Protective Services or police. But with restrictions still in place and schools closed since March, less child abuse is being reported.
If nobody's there to notice the extra bruise or that the child's a bit withdrawn or something's going on, then the truth is that nobody's reporting those.
Christina Vella is the CEO of St. Jude's Ranch for Children in Boulder City, which helps child abuse victims.
Teachers oftentimes are, a huge source of reporting, especially, of course, they're mandated reporters, but, they have relationships with children and they can kids tell people that they trust sometimes things that are going on.
The numbers reveal less hotline calls, less referrals, and less investigations. Here's a look at the monthly hotline calls. Starting off with more than 4,000 in January, there's a steady decline, dropping to more than 2,700 calls in April, then an increase in May when Nevada began to reopen. And comparing hotline calls from April and May in 2020 and 2019, about 1,000 less calls each month.
What we know is that although we're in a pandemic, the epidemic of domestic violence and child abuse is still rampant.
Vella says unemployment and the ending of the moratorium on evictions and foreclosures are added stressors. And she believes there will be a spike in reported child abuse cases when children are back in the classroom.
For those of us that sort of felt, quote unquote, stuck at home, how grateful and lucky are we to have a safe home to be in, because that is not the case for everybody across this community and truthfully across the country.
Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
So how can you help? If you suspect child abuse or neglect, report it at 833-803-1183. We also have a link at 8newsnow.com. Also, Christina Vela, the CEO of St. Jude's Ranch for Children, says many nonprofits are struggling right now, and donations are always appreciated, whether it's at St. Jude's or another charity of your choice.